Hello, my name is Josue Pena from Elation Football, and today we'll be reviewing these bad boys. The X15.1s, the leather version. Now, let me start off by saying that I took my time on testing these boots. I didn't want to rush it. I didn't want to take things too quickly because I wanted to bring the best possible review. In order to do that, you need to test the boots over and over and over again for several hours to see if they really perform and if they really last and if they are good value for money. Now, let's start off with the boots because that is what we're here for. Now, starting up with the upper, I'm going to give you my opinion, and my honest opinion is I don't like them. Not because they're not leather, but because the upper is not entirely leather. Now, I do like the feel of the leather, and I do like the feel of synthetic boot, but the combination of the two and makes it somewhat weird and not uncomfortable, but just weird, and it will need some time to get used to. So if you really want a boot that you just want to put on and just go play, these are probably not the boots. You will have to take your time breaking them in, and yeah. Anyways, let's start about the quality of the upper. Right here in the front, you have a nice, soft kangaroo leather upper. But I must say, the softness wasn't there when I first got them. Out of the box, the leather was kind of stiff, and it was really not really flexible. But after a couple hours, like I said, maybe 6 hours of usage, the leather started softening up and started molding to my foot, which is really, really nice. Now, right here is where the leather separates and becomes a synthetic boot. All this in the back is synthetic, and it makes it feel really nice and snug, but somewhat weird, especially right here in the outside. That is where I had the most problems. In terms of how the synthetic material is, it is, I will say, very stiff from out of the box. Even after breaking time, it is still stiff, but again, it doesn't really matter because this is the back part of your boot, and you will not be making contact with the ball that much, so it really doesn't diminish the feel for the ball. Now, when it comes to the heel and the lockdown on this boot, it is absolutely amazing, which I love. The lockdown you feel on these boots when you pull the laces tight, it is awesome. It is extremely responsive, and it looks a lot and feels a lot like the F50 from 2014, which is my personal favorite boot of all times. Now, having said that, I did find somewhat uncomfortable at the beginning the heel. The heel was a bit too stiff for my liking from right out of the box, and I did feel a bit pressure points on my Achilles tendon. This is not something huge and might not something that you will experience, but is something that I personally did experience. Now, let's go over to the Soleplate, which is probably one of my favorite things about this boot. And the reason is because, again, it looks and feels a lot similar to that F50 2014. Here, you have bladed studs all over, which makes the boot extremely responsive and makes and helps you cut and turn and run extremely fast and extremely well. You also have this little bladed studs underneath the middle of the boot right here, which helps prevent a bit of stud pressure, but in my opinion, it did kind of a clumsy job on artificial ground, not on FG, but on artificial ground, which I also tested the boots. I felt a bit of stud pressure, which it is never nice to feel, but again, it was good. Now, the boots are marketed as AG and FG boots, and you might be wondering if this is true. Well, yes it is. The durability on these boots, it's amazing. I literally cannot find a single spot on the boots where I see tear or wear, even after testing it for more than a month, like 5 days a week for more than a month, and 2 to 3 hours each day. That is insane, in my opinion. And I tested it both on FG and AG, so artificial ground and normal ground, or FG. And the boots perform extremely well. Even with the leather version, they don't have any seams of wear issues or durability issues, so these get like an A++ in the durability department. Now, when it comes to shooting and all that, it really all comes down to your personal skill. The boots don't really give you any grip or extra grip, I must say. They just feel natural on your feet. They feel really responsive. They feel really good. So don't expect them to feel like a Predator Instinct or something like that has a ton of grip on the upper. This upper is pretty seamless. It's pretty normal. The leather is pretty good, so you have a nice feel on the ball and a nice control. But you don't have any grip or extra grip, as you might call it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it. Make sure you follow me on my social media pages. If you love soccer or if you love football, make sure you follow my Instagram page, Elation Football, and follow my personal Snapchat account, Pena. So this has been the review of the X15.1, the leather version. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.